Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from ChickenPastor.com.
And together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back once again, and good morning, boys.
Good morning, Homer.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm warm.
Yeah.
I know I promised not to give any more weather reports, but it's warm.
No, I'm shrinking before your very eyes.
Did you notice the fan up overhead?
No, because it's not on.
I know. I installed a box fan inside of this faux gazebo.
Yeah.
It's a faux gazebo.
No. Don't try to quax that.
And it's just a box fan hanging from the ceiling and playing around with, should it blow up or blow down? And, of course, heat rises, so you'd think blowing up would help.
No.
But you don't really notice any improvement from the air because it's got four open sides. And then if you have it blowing down, you certainly do feel the wind moving, but it's hot.
So
incredibly hot.
You should. The issue is you're correct. The problem is you're taking heat out, but the heat is up there. And it's not down here. It's not helping. So what you need is a fan or two on the outsides blowing cooler air in that then gets sucked up. And that will create
what I need to do is
airflow.
Hang a second fan about a foot below this one and have it blow down.
What you need to do is replace that with a window AC.
Somebody actually suggested that, and your mom was like, I'm for that.
Yeah, sounds real good right now.
All right, so today's the day. We are going to crack into some of my cellared Lane 1Q. Here, let's get a picture. There you go.
All right.
And we've chosen two of the jars here because this one is sealed and sealed tight, and this one is not. So
Chris didn't do a good job on that one.
Who?
Chris by the roads on the grave. Yeah, he let me down.
I didn't expect these to be airtight. That doesn't bother me, or to be under vacuum anyway. I do hope that they are airtight. So maybe the next ones I bottle, I'll actually do the whole stick under the boiling water routine and get the air out.
Yeah.
Worth a try.
All right.
So this is the one that's got the little who's it pop.
So we're not expecting that to depressurize
It
from
shouldn't.
flying
It shouldn't go.
Ooh, but it was a very satisfying.
That was a pretty decent seal. Smell that.
It smells like 1Q.
It smells
I can smell it the second.
It smells like fresh 1Q.
The second you opened it, I got a smell of it.
All right, we're loaded up. Let's see how it feels.
So we're only going to go half pipe on this because we're going to smoke this, right?
Yeah, we'll smoke the other two. I don't know that we'll see any difference, but
yeah,
crazy. And it's more moist than the one I just rehydrated.
Yeah, this is what I'm used to.
Wow.
I don't smoke Van 1Q.
Well, what you've been smoking there in the shop is that brand new.
Right. Well, yeah, even before that, I'm not usually smoking it from a bag and not from the side panel of your van.
I have an opinion.
I do too.
What do you think?
I think we should do it at the same time. Is it, in your opinion, the same as fresh 1Q? Yes or no?
No.
1, 2, 3.
No. Is it better? 1, 2.
No.
Is it worse?
Yeah. Even though it smells like 1Q, this to me is more mild. It's more bland. What you thought?
No question, still an aromatic. No question about that to me.
Yeah.
But as many predicted, it has lost some of its aromatic. So, in the broken seal, I would say not an improvement. Okay, still, if 1Q were suddenly made unavailable, and this is what I had to smoke 5 years from now, I'd be fine with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and load some of the other.
Yeah, it's not that it's bad, but it doesn't have the same 1Q-ness. Especially not given the what would you call this? The 10 note?
Yeah.
You
All right.
For me?
Let's notice, we'll be sure to see if there's any difference in the 10 note.
I mean, this clearly, I expected this to be more mild just because of the texture, because it's been dried out a little bit. This smells like fresh 1Q, but I thought it was a bit more, I thought it was less aromatic. I thought it was...
But I wouldn't say, again,
close.
I wouldn't say that it has improved.
No,
like there's some of the English blends to me, some of the nastiness is definitely
mellow.
Eased off on some of those. So
if you don't like aromatic tobacco, maybe it would be improved.
You're not kidding. All right, let's see if we're actually getting a seal here.
Yeah, put it up to the camera and see if we get it.
Well, here, you do it. You got the long arms. Yeah, definitely.
I can smell it.
Yeah, well, we smell the other one too.
I
Don't perceive.
How would
I don't perceive a difference. Well, we can open this one again.
How would you describe that smell? Like plum?
It's definitely fruity. In fact, that one's got a stronger smell. The one that had the broken seal. Not a broken seal. That's stronger. Stronger in its fruitiness.
Yeah, might be.
Crazy. Let's see how it smokes. I'm loading it this time.
Okay.
Here we go. What I really want to do is load it into one of these other pipes that has some experience with 1Q. I'm not perceiving any difference between those two. Not at all.
No. Which you really wouldn't expect there to be.
I was hoping that there would be.
Yeah.
Because then that would make it worth the effort to truly create a vacuum. You know, you could get one of those little seal a meal or food saver vacuums, the ones that have the lid suction device for the
you need to
jars,
do.
and
You just need to put them. You just need to put your 1Q in one of those vacuum bags.
well, that's actually what Chris Morgan does.
But like the ones for like garments.
Use a vacuum cleaner. Now, Chris Morgan will take a tin and all, stick it inside of a food saver bag. And as he's pointed out, of course, a tin with a lid on it is not going to seal. Right. And really over time, even those vacuum bags will lose flavor through them or scent through them. So it's not a real solution. But if you have a unopened tin, putting that into a vacuum bag is just insurance.
Right. Yeah, because an unopened tin typically shouldn't lose.
Yeah, but sometimes they do.
Much.
Sometimes they do.
Shouldn't lose much.
I've seen guys that have posted videos of their cellar, and they've gone through and they've had a tin or two that had popped. So.
I mean, what you do, if you get one of those vacuum bags, the giant ones, is you put multiple tins in there. You put all the tins in there, vacuum it out. Then you've got it double sealed, and it's not taking out. I would think if you're individually vacuuming, every tin takes a ton of space.
Right. Well, you look, yeah.
Maybe not.
Thing is, I guess with those bags, you can cut into them, you can take a tin out, and you can reseal it too. And I'm looking to buy a food saver because I have that sous vide machine for cooking in a hot water bath, and I've been cooking in Ziploc freezer bags. And I had one that had not a huge failure, but enough so that when I came into the house after work one day, I could smell the smell of the meat cooking. And when I went in, the water bath itself was turning to soup. And you don't need that circulating through the guts of your circulator. And so it wasn't terrible. It didn't harm the meat in any way. But since then, I've wanted to get an actual vacuum sealer. Problem is, it's just yet another appliance to stick in a kitchen that's way too small to begin with.
Well, and it goes to what Alton Brown said. It's a one-trick pony.
It's a unitasker.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe there's another way.
So, what lessons did we learn?
Don't bother.
No. I would still say
for the sake of flavor.
Oh yeah. If you're doing this to cellar and improve tobacco, don't bother with an aromatic. That's been proven as far as I'm concerned. There are people that suggested that. They are correct. As a hedge against taxes and inflation, still not a bad idea. But just know that in the case of the aromatics, they're going to lose some of their flavor. And that's kind of the downside of an aromatic tobacco anyway, is if you think about it, do you think the tobacco companies are taking their very best tobacco and adding flavoring to it? Or are they taking a lesser tobacco and adding flavor? It's almost like anything else that you can adulterate, even candies and chocolates and things like that. You don't tend to get the very best with almonds added to it.
So I wonder if there would be a way to get a 1Q casing and a way to add that to this after the celery.
Actually, I purchased some that is supposed to be a knockoff of a Captain Black flavor.
Okay.
When I was hoping to grow some of my own tobacco, and it was a huge failure, when I was hoping to grow some, I bought that from a company who sells seeds. And I never got to use it, but when I opened the lid on that spray bottle, it was like Captain Black cologne.
Yeah.
You could mist yourself with that. People would say, "You smell like Grandpa."
One of those things where I'm sure a drop goes a long way.
Yeah. No question about it. I would bet you that you're paying for 99.999% water.
Yeah.
Maybe a dab of alcohol and and then whatever the casing
actual flavoring is.
So, all right. Well, this is fun. I've wondered. I've been waiting patiently. I was tempted several times. What would happen in 3 years? Shouldn't we know what that is? I don't know that I want to make a point of opening one of these at 7 years and 10 years. But if there's any of these left at 10 years, maybe we will. I'll stick it on
stick one aside.
I'll stick it on my Outlook calendar to remember that if there is any left, we'll give it a shot.
Make one as the last one.
All right, so that's it. Hey, the sun's going down.
Yeah,
it's getting dark. Get closer. Hey, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Leave us a comment below. Tell us something. We're really curious about you and what you think.
And if you haven't yet, subscribe.
And if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up. Or if you haven't yet, hit the thumbs down.
Getting a lot of those lately.
We're getting used to it. All right. Make it a great week. We'll talk to you again next week.
See ya.